Welcome to Perspective, where every story reveals a new way of looking at life. Today, we bring you the tale of a king who faced defeat but found hope in the most unexpected place. Stay with us to learn how he turned his loss into victory by discovering the greatest power of all the strength within himself. Once, in a distant kingdom, there lived a brave and wise king. He was loved by his people for his fairness and courage. But one day, his kingdom was invaded by a powerful enemy. Despite his best efforts, the king lost the battle. His army was scattered, his palace was burned, and his throne was taken. Broken and disheartened, days turned into weeks as he wandered, lost and without hope. His clothes were torn, his body weak, and his spirit was heavy with despair. One night, as he sat under a tree, feeling the weight of his defeat, he noticed a faint light in the distance. Driven by curiosity and desperation, he followed the light until he found a small hut where a saint lived. The saint, with his calm eyes and serene presence, welcomed the king. "What brings you here, troubled one?" asked the saint. The king sighed. "I have lost everything: my kingdom, my people, my pride. I am no longer a king, but a man without a purpose. I have nothing left but regret." The saint listened quietly and spoke with a gentle smile. "You say you have lost everything, but have you looked within yourself? True power does not come from the throne or the crown. It comes from the strength of your spirit and the clarity of your mind. Close your eyes and search within. Find the courage that lies deep in your heart." The king, though doubtful, decided to follow the saint's advice. He closed his eyes and took a deep breath. He began to see his life in a new light, his victories, his defeats, his joys, and his sorrow. He realized that while he had lost his kingdom, he had not lost his courage, his wisdom, or his will to fight. The flame of hope still burned within him. The saint continued, "Your enemies may have taken your kingdom, but they cannot take your spirit. Use the strength within you to reclaim what is rightfully yours. But remember, it is not the desire for power that should drive you, but the desire to serve your people and bring peace to your land." Inspired by the saint's words, the king felt a renewed sense of purpose. He thanked the saint and set out of the forest, determined to gather his remaining soldiers and reclaim his kingdom. With newfound clarity and confidence, he moved swiftly and strategically. He rallied his loyal followers, gathered allies, and trained his army with greater discipline. When the time was right, the king led his forces into battle once more. This time, he fought not just with his sword, but with the wisdom and strength he had found within himself. His army, inspired by his resolve, fought with renewed vigor. The tide of the battle turned in his favor, and soon he was standing before his enemy. With a final push, they broke through and reclaimed the palace. The king regained his throne, but he was no longer the same man. He ruled with greater wisdom, humility, and compassion. He knew now that true strength comes from within, and true victory is not just defeating an enemy, but finding the courage to overcome one's own doubts and fears. The story of the king teaches us that even in our darkest moments, there is always hope. Sometimes, we just need to look within ourselves to find the strength to move forward. Thank you for watching Perspective. If this story inspired you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more stories that help you see life in a new way.